Welcome to Hartford Spotlight on the Arts. Today we're going to be talking about the summer schedule for the School of the Arts at the Shower Arts Center. And Katrina, welcome.
Hello, thanks
You
for
and
having
I
me.
are both holding this great brochure that's going to mention all of the summer offerings
Yeah.
that's going to be happening at the Shower Center. There's no quiet time there.
No.
And this is going to range from very young into adult classes. And speaking of adult classes, I'd like to talk about some of the offerings that are going to be coming up for the adult visual arts.
Yes, so we have our Wine and Art series that is about once a month. We've got basket classes coming back, we've got a trivet, and then this summer we're pairing with the Board and Brush of Hartford for a project with them. So they're going to bring all the supplies, the boards, the paints, all those things. You're going to build the board together and rough it up and all that stuff, and then you get to paint a design. Everyone will get to pick a custom design before the class, so
Okay.
they're all very unique. And
Okay.
it should be a lot of fun.
The visual that we're getting on the brochure and hopefully on the screen is that of a sun. So that's good to know that you can customize to
Yeah.
whatever you think that you would like, and that's going to be on Wednesday, July 16th.
That's right, and they have over 50 designs, so
Wow.
our students will be able to log into their website and pick their design before the class.
Okay, great. All of the visual arts really have been well attended.
Yeah.
And I know that sometimes you also have a family part of that too. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, we have our chalk art, we have chalk art coming up very soon. But throughout the summer with our Courtyard series, we're going to have free visual art, like just little things you can put together during the Courtyard series
Nice.
in the courtyard. So, or in the rehearsal hall. So that's a few times throughout the summer, and we'll just have things families or young kids can come in and put together. And we'll have our volunteers and staff there to kind of give some guidance, but it's really, as you'd like kind of activity.
Nice. Adult dance is something that's been going for quite some time with Happy Dance Hour, and that is held on Wednesdays. But new this year is the Adult Open Ballet.
Yes, so this is for ballet, people that are interested in ballet that aren't necessarily in our regular program, but either want to try it for the first time as a teen or an adult that maybe did ballet when they were younger or want to use it as a fitness class. It's for anyone 16 years and older.
Okay.
And no previous experience is needed.
Okay.
And we've also got it scheduled so that they can go right from the open ballet class into an open tap class for the same age group. So you can have a whole night of dance if you want. And, just kind of get away from the hubbub of home or, have some time for yourself to work on yourself.
So for both of those classes, they're going to need a certain type of shoe.
Yep.
Most people don't have tap shoes in their closet.
Yeah.
So will they be informed of what they should do, or are those going to be available?
Yeah, we have our attire requirements on our website when you sign up for classes. We also partner with Bolera down in Brookfield. And so they have everything that we require for our classes on their website, or you can go down to their shop and actually try things on. So with these adult classes, we aren't requiring a certain attire, but the shoes are definitely a must.
Good to know. And then when they register for these classes, any of these classes, they can either come into the Shower Center, they can call, or they can visit the website.
That's right. And on our website, when you buy a ticket, there usually is a convenience fee. However, for any of our classes, that fee is waived, regardless of any little asterisks at the bottom. When you get to the actual checkout page, like that fee is waived for all of our classes.
That's fantastic to know.
Yeah.
And the great thing again about the Shower Centers is plenty of parking.
Yes.
So I think that's a fantastic advantage for our area and our community, and bringing in many other people from other communities. So
Yeah.
a great offering again at the Shower Center. Busy time again in the summer.
Yep.
You're also offering your usual youth dance that happens throughout the summer.
Yep, we have ballet and Irish. We also have tap offerings this summer. And then we are doing some ballet classes during the day for our youngest students. We're also doing some themed camps for them. So there's a Swan Lake themed camp and a Nutcracker themed camp, and that's for ages 3 to 9 or 3 to 8. And they'll have class and some story time and an activity, a little break for a snack, and at the end of the week, they'll do a little performance for their families in the studios. So it's a really fun opportunity for those students to learn about those classical ballet stories.
That's fantastic. And I see that you do have the age breakdown here from 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and 7 to 6 as far as the age groups. And all of this is being held at the breakdown times here, 9, 9:30, then 9:30, 10:15, 10:15, 11:15. So it's kind of nice if they have more than like one younger child.
Right.
That they're there and they can be ready to go.
Yeah, and these classes are held at our Creative Art Studios, and it's a really great space. There's a waiting room, and we've got a little play area activities for kids. There's books and toys for those siblings that might have to wait while their sister or brother is in class. So it's
And
a nice
the address
space.
for that Creative Art Studio?
30 South Johnson, so
Okay.
it's right behind the old Booster Building.
Yeah. And again, there's a very decent-sized parking lot, and the overflow parking can be across the street and those
Yeah.
further against the road parking spots.
That's right.
So, you have a couple new things also dealing with dance, and let's start with the first one where you're going to let the Irish dancers outside.
Yes, yes, we need to get outside in the summer. I think that's something everybody wants to do is enjoy the sunshine. So we are having outdoor Irish workshops. There's 3 of them this summer, and that's in our courtyard space. So if there's weather, we do have an indoor space that's
Right.
available, but the hope is to have them out on our courtyard stage for that workshop. And it's a 2-hour workshop. There's some shorter times for the younger kids, but we'll have our dancers dancing all together. And then the younger kids will be released as the night goes on or the day goes on. So those will be a lot of fun. I think our Irish dancers enjoy being outside just as much as they enjoy dancing. And so being able to hear the birds while you're dancing is really a fun experience.
And for anyone that's familiar with Irish dance, it gets them used to attending the festivals where there's a lot of performances going on and where it is outdoors.
Yes.
And our state has different Irish festivals going on, so that kind of gets them used to that idea. And it's great because this runs from June into August, and I plan on having you back in mid-July, and we can touch base on that again for the
Sure.
August session.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of opportunity for people that are winding out of sports, finishing that, and say, okay, let's try this
Yeah.
workshop.
Yeah, and summertime is a really great time to try any of our dance styles. The sessions are only a few weeks. It's lower commitment. And it's a really nice opportunity if you have someone that's even remotely interested in any of our dance styles.
Great. Following that up is the strength and conditioning workshop, and this is something new for the Irish dancers, and that's going to be held on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so this is for our older Irish dancers. We've had a ballet strength and conditioning workshop for those dancers, and this is something we want to offer for our Irish dancers. And we're going to have Jeanine Wellner here with our instructor Celeste, and she is a professional fitness trainer for Irish dance. So she's going to really be able to look at dancers and see what they need to work on or what they need to focus or improve on to help their dance style.
Very nice. What a great addition.
Yeah,
And a lot of that strength and conditioning also prevents injuries.
exactly.
So
Right.
that's really important, and so some of those more seasoned dancers probably can really relate to that.
Yeah, it's always nice having an outside eye come see our dancers and our program.
Good point.
Having that opinion from somebody that they don't work with weekly is usually, it does have an impact that I think is really helpful for them.
I agree. We're going to finish out this update with some of those great youth art camps, and those are a lot of fun. I know that many kids look forward to bringing out their artistic abilities, and you have a great selection of different age groups here.
Yeah, we've got a weekly drawing class for 2 different age groups, and we've got one that's kind of about creating your own fantasy world, and then the next one is creating your own, like learning how to create your own comic strips, and kind of those elements that go into that. So those are the 2 drawing classes that we have pretty much all summer long. I think there's 2 sessions of each.
Yes.
And so they start in June, and then we also have some acrylic Focus on Acrylic Camp, or Focus on Color Acrylic Camp. And that's a three-day class, and then we've got another one that's all around the world, and those projects are, different country-based classes. So those are just a week-long commitment with our instructor, Miss Jean, and it's really fun, the different projects that she brings to the Shower Center for our kids.
And I see that, I'm looking at my brochure and I'm hoping that our viewers will pick up a brochure, whether it's at the Shower Center or any other of our local areas. I believe the Recreation Department has them, Jack Russell Memorial Library. So if they want something tangible, they can certainly pick this up and look at it on their leisure. But again, they can just scroll through online, correct?
That's right.
The kids from Wisconsin have visited the Shower Center for many years, and they're going to be here on stage on Friday, June 27th. And that's always a great performance and also great education for anyone thinking they might want to tour for the summer after.
Yeah, and they do a workshop for all of our kids that, it's meeting their choreographer and learning some of the dance moves and maybe a little bit of a song, and then kind of exploring that world. And then the entire kids cast comes together so they can have a question and answer session with them and learn more about what it means to be a kid and going on tour and the whole experience. So that's a really great opportunity for everyone in this area to kind of enjoy and learn a bit more about that experience.
Great. I see also that you have something called Space and Beyond, another youth theater camp for future exploration. And that kind of caught my eye. What is that about?
Yeah, so this is going to be really fun. So our Rising Star director, Therese, and our music director, Niza, have this idea that they want to have the kids come together and create their own show. So really writing their own script and finding all those different elements. And then we've got our tech crew, our tech team, Zach and Mark, and they want to work with the tech kids and kind of put some of those special effects elements together and create a show in 2 weeks to put on for their families. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's have you ever heard of like theater in 24 hours or
Yep.
So it's just kind of that atmosphere of like, okay, we're gonna create together and imagine and put it together and just go and until you see this wonderful thing at the end that these kids are going to create in 2 weeks.
That's fantastic.
So
and
it should
then at
be
the
fun.
end of that 2 weeks, obviously family members, adults, everybody will be able to come in
Yeah.
and see the show. Is
Yeah.
that performance then open to general public and parents? Or how will that go?
If they want, it will be in the theater, and it's not really advertised for that,
Okay.
so it'll probably be more word of mouth that
Family.
this is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, but regardless, it should be a really fun thing to see and hear about. So
Great. Well, it sounds like a great kickoff to the summer. You're making use of both spaces at
Yes.
the Shower Center as well as the Creative Arts Studio.
that's right. Yep, we're all over. It's really great.
That is great. I'll have you back towards mid to late July, and we'll talk about August and rounding out the summer season,
Okay,
going into fall.
wonderful.
Thank you for coming in, Katrina.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And to our viewers, as always, thank you for watching.